may know my name, but you do not know the legend. I protect the innocent.
We owe everything to him.
And in my brave and noble quest for justice, nothing will distract me. Oh.
Puss I think is one of those great characters that actually really deserves a backstory. I genuinely wanted to know kind of where he came from and you know who he is and why he is, you know. For you guys, if you could kind of pick a character that you've done and go back and learn more about that character, just to kind of discover maybe who that person was and where they came from, which character would it be?
Ooh, this is an interesting, tough question. Well, you know, the character actually in Desperado also it holds a lot of mysteries with him. I probably would have loved to, even though we have El Mariachi and we knew partially the story, I would have loved to go back, you know, to prequel him and see where he was coming from. But even the character that I just did for the Almodovar movie, The Skin I Live In, which is exactly the opposite to that, is a character that I would be very interested to see his youth.
For me, I would have to say Santanico Pandemonium.
I would love to see what happened before that dance.
What? Yes. How did she become that creature? You know, who was she? What did she do on her spare time? Who was her mother, her father, her boyfriend, and what were her hobbies? I would like to know all of these things. And I just did a movie with Oliver Stone where I play the queen of the drug cartels in Mexico, and she is one strange cat, that character. So as much as you get to learn about her, gosh, I would like to know more. How did she become who she became?
This November, murderous outlaws have discovered an ancient power. With it, they can destroy the world. Puss, can you help us? There's no time to waste. I will do it.
I think one of my favorite moments in the movie, Jack is holding Puss over a ledge, and I think he says, you know, is it true that cats always land on their feet? And he says, no, that's just a rumor, it's just a rumor.
Just a rumor.
As an actor, what is that rumor that you have to put up with? What is kind of the idea that everyone thinks this one thing about actors, but you're like, you know what, that's not true, it's just a rumor.
Oh, they think all the time that everything is easy and glamorous. And that's not true.
Let's set the record straight right now.
We have to work really hard. Sometimes the situations are not as glamorous as people imagine or as comfortable and easy as people imagine.
Yeah, you have to know very soon in your career that if you become a public person, that's going to happen. It's something that is going to be around you all the time. There is a whole entire industry about that, about creating rumors. Some of them may be truth, maybe 30% are true, and the rest is not true. But you have to cope with that nicely, because it can get you. If you are not strong, you don't have a strong personality, it can get you, and you get involved in that kind of world, and you pay a price for that.
Another misunderstanding there is about actors, they think we're all very good liars. No, it's true, because I think that you can act and you can do, but when you become a character, you're not lying.
Right.
You actually work really hard to become that character. In real life, I'm a very bad liar. I always get caught. And it makes, they say, my God, why are you so bad? You know, you're an actress, you're supposed to be good at it, but it's not the same thing.
Well, because Salma Hayek is not a liar, so if you are yourself, then you can't lie.
I know. I feel guilty, so you can see it.
That's not true.
I am a bad liar. I am a terrible liar.
Puss! Humpty Alexander Dumpty. We're going to need her. She's Kitty Softballs.
I'll steal you blind, and you'll never even know I was there.
She is a bad kitty.
So I think the thing that I love most about this movie is that it has a lot of references to like older westerns and Sergio Leone films, and as a film fan, that was really cool for me. For you guys have such a great filmography. 50 years down the line, if they make an animated film and want to pay tribute to some of the films that you have done, what is that animated film going to look like?
Well, you said it. They always use, actually from, I think the turning point was Shrek. Mm-hmm. To take all the fairy tales that actually people like me, that I am now 51, we have been growing up with, and just look at them from a totally different angle. Now that they have Puss in Boots, that was actually just having a little bit of the flair of characters like Zorro, a little bit of characters like Desperado, and a little bit actually of ourselves, you know, as personalities. They give us the possibility of laughing of ourselves, and I think that's a very healthy thing to do in our days. But at the same time, providing the audience with a very specific, unique story that touches all, you know, the points of this genre, you know, the epic side, the romantic side, and the comedy side that is very important.
Well, I think it's funny that you mentioned being able to laugh at yourself. How important is that? Because I feel like I've met a lot of actors that wouldn't ever consider ever laughing at themselves.
Yeah.
Oh, that's essential. How can you survive? How can you survive? How can you evolve? And how boring if you take yourself too seriously. I mean, you have to laugh at yourself because otherwise you would be too boring to be with. You know, you don't want to be alone ever, because if you don't have that ability, you are unbearably boring to be with.
When the world is in danger, only one hero
Puss, watch out!
has what it takes. No! Holy frijoles. To fill these boots.
That's a lot of heel for a guy, don't you think?
Well, I love talking to both of you guys together because obviously you're familiar with each other. You've done several movies together, and there are so many benefits to that familiarity. What do you think? What is the downside of it? What is the downside of working with someone that you're so familiar with?
The good side is that you don't have to break the ice. That you always have to do that when you work with somebody.
Which
that
can
is,
be exhausting.
It can be exhausting. It takes a lot of time, and time is important in the film industry. The downside to that, I don't know, maybe sometimes the same familiarity that we have in our lives, we try just to put them in the character. I may not be like that, but no, it has been, the whole entire process has been wonderful.
Yeah,
and we had the opportunity actually in this movie to work together, which is not common. You know, the technique of doing these characters doesn't go that way. We normally work individually, but you know, I asked Jeffrey Casimir to work together, and it was fantastic.
It was great working, and I see no downside, because even like when we're tired, if we're tired and we just ignore each other, we know exactly that it's not.
Yeah, it's true.
It's exhausting to be nice all the time. Imagine if you're doing a tour with a new person.
it's true.
You don't
It's
want to
true.
hurt their feelings. You know, you
Right.
have to be talking. And with us, it's like,
Forget
okay.
it.
You know, now we're exhausted. I'm tired. You don't have to entertain the other person. It's really great, actually.
9 lives.
Arrest them! You got any idea what they do to eggs in prison? I'll tell you this. It ain't over easy.
One destiny. My name would become legend. DreamWorks Puss in Boots.